Hello students, in previous class we discussed about arrays in C. Arrays are used to group a set of elements which have the same data type. In today's class, let us design a program which makes use of array. And the program is to print largest of n numbers. N indicates here the user can enter any value for n. If user enters n value as 5, then the program should ask user to enter 5 numbers and print the largest among these 5 numbers. Let us look at the code which is required to find the largest of n numbers. Here I will be explaining the main code which is required to find the largest of n numbers. About storing numbers in array will be explained in the program. So let us look at the main part of this program. First, let us assume that the first number entered by the user is large, and this large value is compared with the other numbers in the array. For that, the for loop is used. I is initialized to 1, that is, the large is compared first with the second number, then with the third number, fourth, and so on. So I is initialized to 1 here, I less than n, I plus plus. And inside the loop, we will be checking one by one all the numbers with the previous large value. So here we have the condition if a of I is greater than large. Large, we have assumed that the first number is large. So in the first iteration, the second number is compared with the large, that is a of 0. If a of I is greater than large, then the large value will be changed. A of I is large, so large is initialized with a of I. If a of I is not greater than large, then this statement will not be executed. The previous large will be taken as the large in the next iteration. This is how it compares all the numbers with the previous large value, and whenever it finds that some number is greater than the previous large, then large value is changed. And at last, the large value is printed after coming out of the loop, the large value which is stored in the variable large. This will be more clear to you when we take example. So let us assume that there are 5 numbers entered by the user. The first number is 67, which will be stored at the index a of 0. Second number is stored at the index a of 1. Third number 90 is stored at the index a of 2. Fourth number 85 is stored at the index a of 3, and the fifth number is stored at the index a4, that is 120. First, the first number, that is 67, is assumed as the large value. So large is initialized with 67. Large is equal to a of 0. A of 0 is the first number, that is 67, which will be stored in the variable large. Next, it comes here, I is initialized to 1. When I is initialized to 1, the condition is true. N value is 5 because 5 elements are entered. So it enters the loop where it compares a of I and large, whether a of I is greater than large. What is a of I? I is 1. So a of 1, a of n 1 is 45. 45 is compared with large. What is large? It is 67. So 45 and 67 are compared. Is 45 greater than 67? No. So it keeps the value of large as 67. Next, I becomes 2. The condition is true. Again it comes here. It checks A of 2 and large. A of 2 is 90 and large is 67. Is 90 greater than 67? Yes. So the large value will be changed to 90. Next, I is incremented. It becomes 3. Now it compares the large value with A of 3, that is 85. Is 85 greater than 90? No. So it will not execute this statement, and so the large value will remain as 90. Next, I is incremented. It becomes 4. It checks A of I and large. The large value now is 90 and A of I, that is A of 4, is 120. Is 120 greater than 90? Yes. So the large value will be changed. It will be initialized with the value A of I, A of 4, that is 120. Next, I becomes 5. Now, as it has compared all the numbers with the previous value of large, so the loop is terminated. Outside the loop, we have the printf statement. Largest is %d, that is the value stored in large, that is 120. So the output of this program will be largest is 120. Let us design this program in Turbo C. This is the program to find the largest of n numbers. Initially we have the comment, then #include stdio.h void main. Here we have declared an array with size 5, which indicates that array A can store maximum 5 values. The size can be any number here. N to store the size. I is required for the index, and large variable is required to store the largest value. Here we have CLR SCR statement which will clear the screen. Next, printf how many elements. It prints the message how many elements. The maximum values which array A can hold is 5, but the user can enter the size as any value which is less than 5 here. So n stores how many elements or how many numbers user want to enter, that will be stored in n. Next, printf enter elements. So here it prints the message enter elements. All the numbers which are entered by the user should be stored into the array A. So here we have for loop. For I is equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus, scanf %d ampersand A of I. All the numbers which are entered will be stored one by one in array at different indexes, and the index starts from 0. After storing the numbers into array, it is required to find the largest number. For that, we are assuming first value as large. So we have the statement here, large is equal to A of 0. And all the other numbers will be compared with the previous value of large. For that we have the statement for loop I is equal to 1, I less than n, I plus plus. So here it will fetch the numbers stored in the array one by one, and it is compared with large by using the if statement a of I greater than large. If the next number is greater than the previous value of large, then the large value will be changed and it will be initialized with that number by using large is equal to a of I. If it is not large, then the large value will not be changed. It will take the previous value as large. This is how it compares all the numbers, and the largest value will be stored into the variable large. After comparing all the numbers, it comes out of the loop where it prints the largest element, which is stored in the variable large. Largest element is %t. At the place of %t, it prints the largest value. So here we have used arrays for storing a set of numbers. If array is not used here, then those many variables need to be taken for storing individual values, because a simple variable can hold single value, only one value at a time. So to store a group of numbers or group of elements, array is used. By using the single name, we can access a group of values by using different indexes. This is how array is useful. Let us execute the program. How many elements? Let us give it as 5. Enter any 5 numbers: 67, 54, 89, 94, 112. Press enter. So the largest element is 112.